How do you do? I'm Michael Lee Clay with the World Hunting Club, and we're here today to build up the Accura V2, the top-of-the-shelf muzzleloader from CVA. We're doing this for one of our hunters. They wanted a muzzleloader put together and dialed in so that they can get into the sport easily and with the assurance that they have the right equipment. Let's get to the details. Starting off with the Crush Zone butt pad. This is a 50 cal, so there will be recoil. This is going to diminish it greatly. The stock, you'll notice, is done in Realtree APG, all-purpose grain, one of my personal favorites. You got a bag of goodies, we'll come back to those. Synthetic rubberized grip. This is very good stuff. This warning label we will pay attention to here in a few moments. Very important. This has to do with the trigger. It has an adjustable trigger. Durasight scope mount. These are rock solid, just like the claw. This sling, once you put it in, it doesn't move. It stays in place. Again, the synthetic rubberized grip, and then that which binds it all together, the Bergara Barrel. Your accuracy guaranteed, full money back guarantee. And of course your booklet with instructions, and of course more goodies. All right, here's the contents of the bag that I mentioned before. First off, we have your palm saver. This is a great invention. Let's go ahead and install it. So this is going to save the palm of your hand when you're seating your bullets, and it's going to stay on your ramrod for the life of your shooting experience. All right. Next, you're going to find a little bag of screws. Now, this is an optional feature. One thing to point out, it's not mandatory that you put these in, but it does keep your threads clean in the case that you do want to install fixed or iron sights. All right, so this is a cleaning tip for your ramrod, a primer tool, and the Allen that we need to get into our Durasight scope mount. We're going to be mounting the Konus Pro. The Konus, for the price point, is a very, very good solid scope. I use one personally on my Optima V2. This one is a 3 to 10 with a 44mm diameter tube. So there's a couple things to keep in mind when mounting a scope. So let's go ahead and put our rings back on top, but just lightly, so that the tube can freely move within them. The first thing here is I'm going to establish my cheek weld. Next, I'm going to set the eye relief. Perfect. Now comes the horizon line, and I want to keep these as plumb as possible, setting the top to the bottom to match my hammer. So, we have leveled the gun and the vise using a bubble level, and now we are matching the vertical axis of the crosshair to a plume bob. Okay. You'll notice that the gaps on all sides are even. That's because I counted the rotations as I put the screws in, and we're going to do the same as we bed them. Now, we never want to over tighten, run the risk of crushing the tube or anything of that nature. These are fairly firm at this point. What we're going to do when we test fire this to sight it in is we're just going to make sure that the tube doesn't slide within the mount. Okay, now this warning is very important. The Accura V2 comes with an adjustable trigger, adjusted by this screw located here. What this warning says is don't adjust the screw past its friction point or past where you feel it want to stop naturally. Now, turning it clockwise increases the poundage, turning it counterclockwise decreases. This will go from about 6 pounds down to 2. I'm going to go ahead and set it at its lowest capacity. So I feel that it has a little bit of resistance there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it clockwise. This would be increasing the poundage. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it counterclockwise until I feel it naturally want to stop. And then we're not going to turn it anymore. That will tell me, oh yeah, that you have that wonderful lightweight CVA trigger pull. Being that this gun was just shipped, we're going to remove the breech plug and look down the barrel to make sure that there's no obstructions. Next, we're going to fire a couple primers without powder or bullet to ensure that we have cleaned out any oils that might be left in the breech area. Well, this bad boy is ready to go. All we have to do is clean it up and ship it out.